Hello to all the parents of the next generation. It's Megan Barella, your positive parenting and happy home guide on a mission to heal families one home at a time. Welcome to day 4 of the Happy Home Week, dedicated to compassion, the key to your transformation. If you're experiencing parenting guilt or self-judgment and criticism, or you feel like you should be able to do it all as a parent, today is for you. We're going to be sharing a concrete tool to develop compassion for yourself as a parent, increase the quality of your life, and orientate your mind for lifelong learning, growth, and evolution right alongside your children. Do schedule your Happy Home Week call today so we can begin to develop a plan for your family with the Happy Home method and tools from this week. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to parenting, so let's get you some customized support. Also, remember the Happy Home Week is only a sampling of some of the tools from the Happy Home method that I share in my coaching programs. So to learn more about Happy Home Positive Parenting Coaching, also be sure to schedule your complimentary call. During day 1 of the Happy Home Week, we talked about cooperation as the air we breathe, and cooperation as teamwork. We all want our kids to cooperate and listen. Day 2 was dedicated to connection equaling cooperation, and connection as positive relationship, a basic human need for our children and the foundation for your happy home. Yesterday in day 3, confidence, we talked about kind and firm as your parenting style, and confidence is the walls of your home to affirm loving and respectful boundaries. When we get into a negative feedback loop or a misbehavior cycle with our children, it's like a tangled ball of yarn. What we do in Happy Home Coaching is to untangle that ball of yarn into cooperation, connection, confidence, and places of strength and optimal brain development and support for your family. Today, we're going to be talking about compassion. So if we're looking at the house of our happy home, we've got cooperation as the air we breathe, connection as the foundation for everything, confidence as the walls of our home, and compassion is the art on the walls of our lives and in our happy home. Yes, we could have a life without art in theory, but quality of life would be really low. And that's the same with compassion. In fact, art, music, dance has been a part of human life since prehistoric times. Art and compassion are actually essential parts of human life and your happy home. Compassion determines the quality of your life. You all are already amazing people. You have amazing kids and you have challenges in your family. Compassion is a prerequisite for lifelong learning and growth from your real life challenges. You get to decide and commit to your family's transformation by cultivating compassion for yourself. Now, on one hand, there's all the strengths of love in your family, that potential for positive change, transformation, and creating positive patterns in your family. On the other hand, are all the challenges, whether it's lack of cooperation and listening, high emotions, dysregulation, disrespect, sibling fights, or maybe concerns about mental health and emotional well-being. In Happy Home, compassion is the golden bridge from parenting and life challenges to transformation and to the positive. Compassion is defined as empathetic concern for the suffering and misfortunes of others. If you're here, you are probably a highly empathetic person, but do you offer that same empathetic concern back to yourself for your own challenges? For some of you, you might be offering compassion and empathy to everyone in your own life, but you haven't opened that door to self-compassion. And that's what today is designed to begin to do. I don't know about you, But self-compassion has always been a little abstract to me. How do we begin to offer empathetic support and concern back to ourselves? What is a practical way to cultivate compassion for yourself? And today we're going to share this practical best friend talk process. So go ahead right now and identify a top parenting challenge where you're prone to thinking you should be able to just get over it and do it, or you might have a tendency to judge or criticize yourself. So, step number one of best friend talk process, identify your current parenting challenge. Now, you're going to use your imagination and magically pretend it's no longer you in this challenge. So, think about someone you really love in your life, a colleague, friend, family member, neighbor who is also a parent and really easy for you to support. So the second step is imagine this person who you really love and it's so easy to support. They're actually in your current parenting challenge. They're the one experiencing this stress. What would you say to them? How would you show up and support them? What words of encouragement, affirmation would you share with them? And you're going to repeat those exact words right now, or even take a moment and write them down. So, step number 3, we're going to place you back in your current parenting challenge. And now you're going to offer that same high level of support, encouragement, faith, trust, words of advice, and affirmation to yourself. And that's self-compassion, the empathetic concern, support, and the unconditional support we offer our loved ones. We're opening that door to receiving that same high level of support ourselves and from ourselves. When people go through this best friend talk process, one of two things usually happens. You might realize, wow, this challenge actually isn't such a big deal. Every parent experiences challenges like this. So you may be able to normalize your current parenting challenge and not to minimize the struggle, but just to know, wow, probably every parent can identify with this. I'm not alone. And from that place of compassion, you might realize the stress or the unmet basic needs that were at the root. You may be able to give yourself grace and begin to make a plan for next time. All because compassion for yourself frees you from the limited of self-judgment and criticism. And it opens up that window to problem solve and learn and grow as a parent. Now, sometimes parents have the opposite realization. You might have realized, wow, what I'm going through or we're going through as a family, it's really huge. This is a very challenging experience. It's deep and profound and even very painful. There might be high levels of stress, or you might be juggling a ton as a parent, and you're doing the best you can. Maybe you might have realized that you're doing huge intergenerational healing work. So then, how can you love on yourself more? Because what you're going through is so deep. Maybe you realize, hey, I've got to lower expectations and set responsive expectations. So for you, what message of empathy, of concern, of words of wisdom, encouragement, or support came through as your best friend talk? And how can you set up a process to remind yourself of that best friend talk throughout the day? This best friend talk is something that you can do. And you can begin to practice best friend talk even in moments when the challenging isn't happening. That's sometimes the easiest way to practice this tool of self-compassion. And I hope through this best friend talk, you can anchor into what you need, what would be most supportive, honoring the stress, and looking at how you can learn and grow through this challenge and maybe lower expectations for yourself. I hope as part of this best friend talk, you can also celebrate how far you've come as a person and as a parent and give yourself permission to be human because we are not robots. If we were parenting robots, None of us would be making any mistakes and we wouldn't have any challenges. But mistakes are embedded into our human DNA. And the purpose of mistakes is to help us learn and grow. In Happy Home Coaching, we orientate your brain as a parent towards compassion for yourself to set the foundation for lifelong learning, growth, and evolution aside your children, and to increase the quality of your life. When you're in a place of compassion, you can step into your proper role as a parent to discipline or teach your children through life's real life challenges. Our goal in Happy Home is to support you in this transition of orientating your own mind towards the positive, towards teamwork, positive relationship, love and respect at the same time, and compassion. So you can model through mirror neurons in the sponge brain and co-regulate with your children while optimizing their brains for a lifetime of thriving. So tomorrow, we're going to weave together all of the Happy Home tools from this week and share a bit about Happy Home Coaching with you. Remember to schedule your complimentary Happy Home Week call for individualized and customized support for your family. I'm sending support and belief in who you are as a parent and lots of compassion to you on your parenting journey. I'll see you for Happy Home Week Day 5 community celebration tomorrow and in your complimentary Happy Home Week calls. Be good to yourselves.